Good evening. What's up? This is Jamal Baraka for GT Media Reviews. I haven't made a video in forever and a day. I almost forgot how to use this OBS software. It's been so damn long. Today, I just got some news today I wanted to discuss because it involves one of my favorite creators and one of the books that I've been following for the past 4 years in DC Rebirth. One of the final DC Rebirth books that I actually have on my pull list, Batman. So we found out today that Tom King has actually been removed as writer of Batman, and it's caught me off guard because I just saw articles last week where Tom was interviewed and he was saying that he was allowed to make some major changes to Batman, permanent changes to Batman, that he was shocked he got approval for. And I was reading that and I was thinking about a lot of the feedback I've been seeing online and on social media, and I haven't seen a lot of positive feedback for Tom King in a long time. I remember when he launched his Batman run, and one of the first story arcs was Batman and Gotham Girl, and that was a great arc. And I think it got up to the point where the war of jokes and riddles was going on with Riddler and the Joker was going back and forth, and that was mostly positive. But then his run ran into like a screeching halt when it turned out that Batman and Catwoman getting married was a swerve, and I think it was downhill from there. I haven't really seen any positive feedback for not just Batman, any of Tom King's books since the Wedding Fake out. Now I'm gonna look at a couple different things while I'm recording today, but I just wanted to say that, have this caveat that this isn't all Tom King's fault. I mean, he works for DC and he has an editor. So unless the editors are also fired or removed from position, I'm not sure how Tom gets all of the blame for the stuff that went down in Batman. It's not that DC signed off on the wedding swerve. DC signed off on Batman slapping the hell out of Robin. They signed off on Batman freaking out and crying, or going to and nearly killing KG Beast in Russia. They've signed off on all this stuff. So if Tom's removed, I mean, there's some other people that need to go as well. But looking at the entirety of the situation, I mean, the writing was on the wall for a while. Now, I'm on Comic Book Roundup. I use this site when I post my reviews on my blog, gtmediareviews.com, shameless plug. And I also post my reviews here. If you look at the score, you have Batman's average critic rating. This is an aggregate site, sort of like Rotten Tomatoes for comic books. His average score is about an 8.0. User rating is about a 7.5. And then one thing jumps out to me is that Batman is DC's flagship title. And usually when you go on an aggregate site, the reviews are usually pumped up by, I don't want to call everybody a shill, but a lot of the people that post reviews on sites like this, or, the professional critics give higher scores. For Batman to have a low B from professional critics is worrisome. And this is probably one of the reasons why Tom may have ended up getting reviewed. Getting bounced from the book. But let's look a little bit deeper into this. Okay, so I'm looking at Batman number 71. I haven't made it this far. If you read my blog and you see my reviews, I've got to about issue 60. I'm way behind on all my reviews, but I'm on issue 60. But if you look at these scores, okay, you see the 7.5. That's the critic rating for issue 71. If you go into the actual site link, the user rating is at a 5.5. That's not good. It's an F. Like, you won't graduate with that grade. Here's issue number 70. This one here, 6.6. That's a D. Those are not good scores. And when I look at aggregate sites like Comic Book Roundup, I don't even really look at the professional critic score because people don't read comics anymore. So I really don't care about opinion of somebody that's probably set up or paid to make an opinion. I read the book, it's either good or bad. But I'm looking at these ratings for issue Batman 69. That's a D. You know, that's not a good score at all. Let's look at one more book just to have a point. So let's go to 67. 67 had a pretty low score even from the professional critics. It got a 7.2. That's like a C. So let's see what the fans thought of it. They gave it a 5.3. I don't even know what this issue is about, but it's just damn. And if you look at some of Tom's other works, let's look at Heroes in Crisis. It's even worse. Now, Heroes in Crisis has been very troublesome because it's just full disclosure and spoilers. In the last issue, it was revealed that the murderer in Heroes in Crisis was Wally West, who was a big fan favorite at DC for the last 25 years. And Flash is one of my favorite characters at DC, and I understand the story arc from the narrative perspective, but it's just one of those things where I'm like, well, why did we have to choose Wally for this story? But looking at these ratings here, the critic ratings are, again, these are paid. A lot of these people are paid either with access or even monetarily, where you get clicks on your website or whatever you're promoting. Even with that, Heroes in Crisis still only got a 7.0 from the professional critics and is sitting at a 5.9 user rating from the fans. That's devastating. So if you look at everything, Batman, Heroes in Crisis, there's a clear and distinct reason why Tom was removed from these books. He's not a bad writer, but I think that if you want to have a creator out here for like story, like he's put in 5 years, he's almost put out 100 comics, and you don't want to do any type of editorial on a creator like that, you're setting yourself up for failure. Even the best writers need somebody to come in and say that's not a good idea. You know, just positive and negative feedback. And here's issue 5.6. I mean, here issues number 6, number 8 of Heroes in Crisis. The professionals gave the book a 5.6. That's an F. So I can only imagine what the fans gave it. They gave it a 4.7. You know, and this is 75 user reviews here. Let's read a couple. I'm curious. Oh, here's mine. I gave it a 9. I like the book. But the other reviews here, 4, 1, 3.5, 1. Here it goes. Number 1. This is from RBL. It's confirmed that the real crisis of Heroes in Crisis is Tom King's writing. I expected a poor resolution to the story. As of issue 5, barely any progress was noted in the story. I was unprepared for how I don't even know what that word is. I can't pronounce it. I know what it is, but I can't pronounce it. And the entire event would come to be, this is absolute crap, irredeemable garbage through and through. I do not recommend anyone read, much less buy any issue from this title. Wally's character is assassinated through his actions. He is now a scumbag. Harley Quinn is confirmed as an actual patient at Sanctuary, a recovery rehab center for heroes, something she has decidedly not, and has no place being there. Let's look at another one. So Wally snaps and kills everyone, then decides to cover it up. What he did by making it seem like Harley Booster did it just so he could then come back and kill himself. This is friggin' stupid. I'm so disappointed in this series, and I'm really disappointed. And then you have his 1, every whole page of ones. You got a 7. I like the issue, so don't come at me like that. If you want to see my review of Heroes in Crisis number 8, you can check out my blog, shameless plug again, at gtmediareviews.com. I'm actually going to link it at the end of this video, or link it on my Facebook page. So just looking at that, I'm not surprised that DC came in and stepped in and made the decision to pull Tom off these books. I'm looking forward to whatever writer gets on there. I also just read Detective Comics number 994, and Detective Comics has been head and shoulders, in my opinion, better than what's going on the Flagship Batman series. They're currently being written, I want to say, by Peter Tomasi, and also you have Brian Edward Hill was on Detective Comics, and he's doing Batman and the Outsiders. Those books have been great. So it's really just riding the ship. What my predictions are for Batman, I believe that Tom will be removed from the main title, and I think he will be allowed to finish his story arc, but it'll probably be in the form of miniseries or just not on the main title. He'll probably have miniseries, one shots, or maybe an event or something like that. And I mean, at the end of the day, even with the low scores from the fans, his books are some of the highest selling books in the industry right now. And with people not reading comics, any bright spot is something that the industry will latch on to, even if it's fake. I wanted to see more from Tom King. I really hate that his run got cut, but if no one's going to edit the guy, they need to cut the cord now because it's doing more to hurt the brand than to help it. I heard that the Immortal Hulk sold more than the last issue of Batman, and that's embarrassing. Not that the Hulk isn't a popular character, but this is DC's best-selling title, and he can't even do better than the Hulk. That's pretty much all I had to say. If you want more content, you can subscribe to my page. You can follow me on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, wherever you have social media. I appreciate all feedback for my videos. I know it's been a long time since I've recorded one. I want to try to do like 2 or 3 comic reviews, maybe a news story a week. I can't make any promises. I have a really, really hectic day job, and we just got on summer hours, so I'm humping and busting my ass. If you want to check out my blog, I do most of my reviews on the weekend now, but you can check me out on GT Media Reviews. I just reviewed the last issue of Batman my last issue of Batman a couple weeks back, but I mostly focus on indie comics and comics that are from DC. I don't really do much Marvel, but occasionally I will read a Marvel comic. And once again, check me out. I appreciate everybody from stopping by. You can also check me out on Facebook. My group there is Planet EJOBN, The Extraordinary Journey of a Black Nerd. And I will check you all later. Peace.